That was back in the early 2000s. And then jumped to the pros. I was with Cleveland, Eric Mangini for 2. This is not my 17th year in pro football. So I was 2 years with Eric Mangini, and then I was came down to Dallas here with Garrett and worked under Rob Ryan for a couple of years, and then Marinelli for 5 years, and then I went to be the D coordinator at the Colts. 3 years as the Chicago Bears head coach, and now I'm back. Got a call from Mr. Jones and Shadi, and decided to come back here, and really to come back home for me. You know, my girls grew up here. I was 7 years here. Love the Jones family. Love Mr. Jones, being able to work for him again, and working with Shadi. And you guys saw Shadi's great, enthusiastic guy, and really fun to work with. So we're excited about this year.
Welcome back to Attack on Cowboys, and this is just about to be a lot of really high-level good football talk. Shout out to Graphic Raider on X. I'll have his links in the description and pinned comment below. He's currently at the Star at the Dallas Cowboys coaching clinic, and he's actually posting videos of the coaching clinic on his profile while he's there. I don't know if he's supposed to be doing that or not, but we're going to take a look at this because this is going to give us a really good look as it pertains to what our coaching staff looks for in players and how they coach. So let's get right into this one, and be sure to subscribe for more Dallas Cowboys content on the regular. We're going to hear from Ken Dorsey. We're going to hear from the offensive line coach, Conor Riley, and we're going to hear from the special teams coordinator, Nick Sorensen. Let's get into this one. This should be good. Man, shut your up. And again, this is like to the minute action at the Star right now. This is the coaching clinic.
Oh yeah, so since somebody went over, I'm just gonna introduce our next coach to talk about the passing game. Coach Ken Dorsey, the pass game specialist.
All right.
Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you guys coming out. All right, let's get right into it because Shimmy was just dominating it up here. So let's just get right into the passing game, all right? So I think the number one thing, all right, that we've got to ask ourselves in the passing game is this, okay? Number one, how do we protect the quarterback, right? How do you protect the quarterback? You can't get a pass off if you don't protect the quarterback, okay? So that is where every single game plan, in my opinion, has to start, all right? And how are we going to do this, all right? In my mind, all right, we got to have a little bit of a mix, okay? You got to mix some of the drop back. You got to mix some of the play action, some of the keeps, some of the nakeds, all right? The move the pocket stuff, right? Now, obviously, we can't have a litany of, different things. There has to be enough, all right, to mix it up on the defense, all right? While at the same time, all right, making sure our guys can handle it, all right? And that's a big thing in terms of finding that balance of what our guys can handle and what can we do to attack an opposing defense, all right? What questions do we have to answer as a coach, all right, to give to our players, all right? Number one thing, okay, what are our pressure answers?
Quick note, the all right is very distracting, Ken. Very distracting.
Okay, what are our pressure answers? Okay, can we block it up? All right, are we hot? Okay, are there any, what are the issues that we have to solve? And the number one thing is the quarterback has to know it. Right? If you're in a six-man protection, all right, we're going to be hot off these two guys, and we got a four verts concept.
Okay. So that was Ken Dorsey giving dropping a few gems right there as far as what he's looking at and what he prioritizes is a coach, right? And this is good right here because this is going to give us a sense of, I guess, accountability of as far as are the coaches doing what they say they focus on? Are the players doing what they say they're focused on? Are we going to hear anything that we're going to be able to pick up on as the audience, as the casual audience? This is why this is important because unless the coaches tell us, it's very hard to know the specifics of what these coaches are asking players to do and what these coaches want out of their players. But coaching clinics at times like these are good opportunities to really see what certain coaches value in their position groups out of their players, right? So that was Ken Dorsey, all right? Talking about the quarterback position. All right, so we're going to get into the next video. All right, And this one is going to be Conor Riley, all right? He's going to be talking about the offensive line, all right, and some technique stuff, all right? All right, let's get right into it, all right?
Butt is down. Can we tighten our feet, get off our toes? Yes, we can.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
now we're looking back out over here. Okay, stance and start. Is 69 having a great stance and start in this situation? You still have to evaluate not just the execution of the block, but also where are they at with those 5 particular fundamentals. Okay, so you can see right here with 69, all right? His feet aren't very tight. Eyes are under the chin, good. 77 could be a little bit lower, but look how tight those elbows are. Tells me that his hands are inside. Okay, whether you want to run your hips in the block, do any of that, that's fine. But these are now technical aspects, and when we get to the technical aspects of executing blocks, do not forget to get to your basic 5 fundamentals. So now we're working the crawler sled, okay? And again, what am I seeing here, okay? Is my butt down? Okay, yes. Am I getting to the second level defender? All right, are my hands tight? Are my eyes where they're supposed to be? 79 needs to get his butt down. Okay, so he did a pretty good job of executing on the crawler sled, but how do we continue to progress through it? All right, now very briefly here, I want to finish up with this. What are our standards?
All right, and they say assignment perfect, fundamentally great, and finish. The success of our team is defined by how we own the line of scrimmage. It starts up front. Okay, and I'm not gonna lie, there was a completely different tone, tempo, and sense of command from Conor Riley and what he was doing up there, presenting and teaching, than there was with Ken Dorsey. I ain't saying nothing crazy about Ken Dorsey. I'm sure great coach and everything like that. I'm sure he's a great coach. But I'm just saying, like, just from a person on the outside looking in perspective, and I'm imagining myself as a player in that room, I would absolutely be paying attention to everything that Conor Riley is saying right now, because the man sounds like he knows what the hell he's talking about. He's talking football, he's talking fundamentals, and he's looking at the smallest of details, and that's clicking and letting him know instantly what he's looking at. And that right there lets you know you're looking at a veteran of that position, looking at somebody that really understands the fundamentals and the smallest nuances of a position, of a skill, of a trade. And you can tell that Conor Riley is somebody that really understands the offense. I could tell just off of listening to that clip right there, that dude is going to, hey, man, our offensive line is going to look better. Our offensive line is going to look better. This is already making me feel a little bit better. I'm glad I'm doing this. Again, shout out to Graphic Raider on X. It's GRAPHK Raider at Graphic Raider on X. He also has a YouTube channel as well. All right, so this last one's going to be our special team coordinator, Nick Sorensen. Let's take a listen.
Like, they understand the value and importance of it. So to me, I don't want it to just, I want you guys to get not glossing over the value of it. And that comes with practice, how you guys talk about it, how you train it, not just talking about it, but training it, showing those clips to the guys, stressing how important it is, and then building up the guys that make those plays, because really, in the end, everyone's involved, right? Everybody is involved in special teams. Like, regardless of the size of your team, everyone has a part and a role. Offensive line, right? They're points every time on field goal. Field goal PAT, it's for points. You want to play that's guaranteed points every single time, it's field goal. How hugely important it is for those guys that are just kind of standing there while that freaking field goal block team is rushing through them. Hugely important. And some of those guys, we have to, maybe one of them is a backup snapper. We got to get those guys extra snaps just in case something happens to our starter. D-line, right? They're rushing on that same play where points is huge. And then we use a lot of our defensive ends to other positions as well. Like any other part of the core four, that's hugely important too. Obviously, receivers, tight ends, running backs, linebackers, DBs, those guys make up the rest of our big four. And starters are included. We try and coach everybody because you just never know in a game situation. And that was so cool just hearing the end there of what Ryan Feeder just said. Remember how that guy caught the pass and he said he's just a special teams guy? No, these guys are football players. And that's what I love about special teams. There's space, and it's the purest form of football. You want one-on-one matchups every time. And the cool thing is how we train our guys is to give them the tools, and they just utilize what they think is best for them. With their matchup, knowing themselves, and utilizing those tools.
I was just about to say it. I can clearly tell what they're looking for out of their special teams coach. And I think most special teams coach, you're really looking for the guy that can get guys to run through a brick wall for you. Because that's essentially all you're doing on special teams. You're running towards a car wreck head first. That's what you're doing on special teams. And Nick Sorensen, you can tell he's a communicator and he's a motivator. He's somebody that he's going to get guys to run with their head on fire. But he also brought up, I'm just going to make sure I'm giving them the tools. So obviously he's a technician to a degree as well. Brian Schottenheimer's worked with him in the past when he was in special teams capacity. So he understands his technical side and understanding of the position group. But just in full, it's very interesting just seeing the contrasting styles of the coaches and kind of how the coach is perfectly aligned with the position group. The special teams coach, he's a motivator. He's a guy that's kind of he's the lunatic among crazies in a sense, right? He's the head crazy man. He's the crazy man where all the other crazy men can relate to him, and he's going to get those crazy men to go run through a brick wall for him. That's what special team coach is going to do. It's kind of what you saw John Fossil doing here. Jim Fossil, whatever his name was. That's what you saw him doing here. We don't care no more. He ain't coach here now, so I ain't got to know details. That's what we saw him doing here as well. Big motivating type of guy. Big player coach type of guy. Then we look at Ken Dorsey. You could tell he's a guy that's not really used to speaking in front of big position groups, big groups in general, just by the way he's communicating. Better probably fit in a very, very niche role, in a specific role where he can help fine-tune specific things, right? Then you look at Conor Riley, just the way he commanded the room, the way he was breaking down exactly what he was trying to get across, and just the demeanor. Very serious, very, very strong, just energy surrounding Conor Riley. And you can tell he's the type of guy that's going to help instill that nastiness into the offensive line room, right? So it's very, very interesting seeing how the personalities and the styles of each coach is kind of indicative of what you want to see out of each position group in a sense, right? You need your offensive line to take on the personality of a Conor Riley. You need your special teams guys to be able to want to go out there and run towards a car crash head first, right? You need your quarterbacks not really to be messed with too much, because quarterbacks are usually the guys with the biggest ego on the team as well. But you need them to have guys around them kind of like a tech team that's going to fine-tune the machine that is their throwing arm, right? That's kind of what you need. That's kind of what we're seeing out of these guys. Next up, we're going to hear from Coach Jerry Jones. Psych! Got him! I'm not listening to this, man. I'm not listening to Jerry talk about nothing. We was here for the coaches. We got the coaches. See y'all on the next one, man. Be sure to tune in just in case we get some more footage from the coaching clinic. This was really good stuff. Appreciate you, Graphic Raider. Be sure to check out his links. I'll have that stuff pinned or somewhere where y'all can actually find it pretty easily, right? Either way, until next time, bow! Them cows. I like Conor Riley. I like Conor Riley a lot.
Calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, am I still in ball? Y'all usually check on me. Listen. I'm still in boys. Hey! Woo! Hey! I'm still in boys.